friends, welcome to my channel and welcome to day 6 of my spring blitz. So today I am working again in my traveler's notebook. Now my traveler's notebook is more like journaling with pictures and like tons of embellishments and doodling. So it's probably not your typical traveler's notebook layout, which I'm totally cool with. This is just what I want to do. This traveler's notebook is about my health journey, not necessarily about looking a certain way or losing weight, but it's more about feeling good and helping myself physically and mentally and just growing stronger, being a stronger person, like I said, mentally and physically. So that's really what this is about. My husband and I are kind of on this journey together of making better food choices for ourselves, for the environment, and for the world, really, because I don't mean to get all, crazy here, but it's interesting if you read about how deeply the meat and dairy products we eat can affect the environment, which is quite sad. But not saying I'm vegan or anything, but we do have like a plant-based lifestyle at home that we choose to eat. And that's all. So we're not, don't judge us or anything, but it's just what we choose. And we don't judge anyone for the way they eat either. So there you go. So here are some pictures I took of myself back in January. I just want to see how my body evolves and how strong I can become. And yeah, so whatever. It's kind of weird showing these pictures on my YouTube channel. Now that I'm watching this, it's kind of embarrassing, but whatever. I don't know. I guess I can't really be embarrassed about little things like that. So, so I put some pattern paper on that side of the page because these pages I used are really thin. They're just like printer paper pages. So when I did like Heidi Swapp Color Shine and stuff like that, it bled through, which is fine. It wasn't even that bad, but there was also like really bad like shadowing from like the pictures and stickers, and you could just see where everything was placed. And I guess it's my fault because I made the book so you can, see the pages through, but whatever, it doesn't really bother me. If there's ever a time where I want to do like 2 white pages that are against each other, then I'll just like glue the white pages together and it'll be thicker. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm sure I'll do it in a future video and you'll see. So I used just some scrap pattern paper from my stash. This is Paige Evans' Pick Me Up collection. And I just layered some papers on the back, like behind the photos. And I'm just kind of picking different sayings and stuff that I like that I think is fitting. I'm going to do a little doodly border because it felt like everything was just kind of floating there and nothing was holding it together. At least it seemed like it. Let me know how you guys are liking this spring blitz so far. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm having fun experimenting with different types of projects. So like traveler's notebooks like this and Bible journaling and scrapbooking, of course, and Happy Mail. So it's really fun to be able to do all sorts of different kind of crafty things and not just stick to one thing. I'm going to have like a questions and answers video at the end of the series if you have any questions personally or crafty questions. I'm up for answering anything, so leave that below or in any of my Instagram photos, and I am happy to answer anything that you guys are wondering about or whatever. Doesn't matter, whatever it is. So I'm just kind of putting random embellishments anywhere and everywhere and filling up the space. And then I realized I couldn't really fill up the space with like doodling or journaling like I normally would because of the patterned paper. So I just kind of filled up the space with some paint splatters instead, and I think that looks just fine. Word of advice. I hope this video is not like all totally off because I forgot I had cookies in the oven and so I had to like stop recording for a second. And so I hope I can line up everything when I edit the video together. So if something seems a little off, that's why, because I had to pause the video for a second, go take the cookies out of the oven, and yeah. And they were peanut butter cookies, like really, really soft, moist cookies with mini eggs in them, just to make your mouth water. So, and it's like a really good recipe. And other than the mini eggs, they're vegan, but yeah, still lots of sugar and stuff. So it's not like they were healthy. All right, these pictures are just some silly pictures of us doing yoga at home and how our cat Harvey, loves to join in on the yoga. She is a big fan of the yoga mat and she likes to pretend to do the downward dog and other things like that. So it's quite silly and we like to get pictures of it. And my husband is there in the downward dog and the cat's underneath it and it's just so silly. I also made a little tip-in with 2 of the cut-aparts from, I think they're from Paige's last collection, Turn the Page, and I thought it was kind of cool. It said, inhale the future, exhale the past, because yoga is a lot about breathing and stuff like that, so it was funny how it couldn't have been more perfect. And so now I'm going to write the title. Whoa, sorry if you heard that loud beep. Phone. Should turn that off. Now I'm going to write the title or put down the title, Downward Kitty. And I'm going to use these really cute thickers that are really sparkly and fun. And then I'm going to use some tiny little itty bitty gold stickers to write kitty. And they're really like dainty and like tiny and like fragile, it feels like. But it was a new pack. I hadn't opened them yet. But this was like the perfect spot for them because it was just the right amount of space between the flippy bit and the word downward. So that was kind of perfect. There we go, Downward Kitty. And now the fun part, the embellishing. I like with this style of traveler's notebooks, you basically just get to fill it with stickers and chipboard. It kind of reminds me, I haven't watched a lot of these videos, but those people who do like the memory, like the memory planning, is that what it's called? And they just take their, like I've seen Tanya Hubbard, I think her name is, just like fill her book, her memory planner with stickers, and it's just so fun. Like you just get to put stickers everywhere. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just putting stickers everywhere, and it's so fun. And I also love doing little journaling spots and just filling the entire page with yumminess. I think that's the best part of these. I am having so much fun with this style of memory keeping, I guess you could call it. I love it so much. It's just so freeing and it feels like there's no rules to it. It really lets you be creative in your own way. So I'm really enjoying that. Yeah. So I'm sure you'll see a lot more videos in the series, but also further than that. And just like flipping through it, I just love because there's so many different textures and there's just like so many crinkles and the pages are just so beautiful and lovely. Those who have that sensory thing of like loving those noises will know exactly what I mean. I've also lately in these books at least loved doing stamping. So I'm doing a lot of stamping in this book and I don't have a lot of stamps. I only have a few stamps, but I feel like I am getting use out of the stamps that I do have, which is fantastic, and using it in many different kinds of ways. And yeah, so I really like that. It fills the little spots and the little gaps. So it works out perfectly for everyone. I'm just going to finish off with some final journaling. And maybe a few more stickers here and there, I'm not sure. Or maybe some color shine, I'm not sure. Where did I go? I'm not sure. I don't even remember where I went. Oh well, doesn't really matter now, does it? I was trying to just fill in the last little spaces there, and then there was like a gap at the bottom and top of this picture. But what do I do? Do I add something? Oh yeah, I add a little bit of journaling because that was just way too much of a gap for me compared to everything else. Normally it'd be fine, but compared to how everything was filled up, it was just like a lot of empty space. So now comes in some black paint splatters or whatever. It's like Tattered Angels brand, so I don't know, whatever. I'm just going to go all around the page with that because it helps even more to fill in the gaps. And there's a lot of black in the pictures just because of how the pictures are, so it kind of ties in the pictures with everything. And yeah, so there we go. I'm really happy with how it looks. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're feeling inspired and will want to do some of this Traveler's Notebook stuff yourself. Stay tuned for many more days of the Spring Blitz. It's not over yet. It's not even close to being over. So keep watching, and thank you so much for your love. Bye-bye.